welcome to another exciting edition of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And anybody new to the channel, I sell out of my home, 40,000 items up on eBay and Amazon, and try to give things from the smaller perspective.
And I'm Mr. Magazine with a big warehouse, 15 employees, and 500,000 items online.
And we attempt every Saturday to give a BOLO video, be on the lookout for video, with various things. Now, we do things a little separately or differently because you pick up a lot of stuff from collections, things like that, although... Little spoiler, I was with you when you picked this first item up there.
Very true.
But, you know, people will come into your store, you get calls on larger collections, whereas I tend to do more of the flea market estate sale route, but not exclusively. You tend to show a lot of higher priced items that if you're lucky enough to find out there, you'll do very, very well on. But a lot of the items you have up, you're not going to get for $1.
Correct. Right.
A lot of the items I have up, you can get for $1. And gives a little hook as to why they sold. So hopefully you enjoy this. Do hit the like button if you do, and do comment down below if you ever find anything out of these videos, because we'd love to hear that. And why don't you take it away, Mr. Magazine? We talked about this on our live show.
We did.
Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, it sold, and I was very happy. This is a lot of 642 unused postage stamp sheets, anywhere from 3 cents to 52 cents, and retail value was $5,432.
Now, for anybody who didn't watch the live show, we went together to an estate sale, but it was like a pre-estate sale. It was a dealer who was holding an estate sale, but he gave certain people the opportunity to come in before they actually had the sale because it was too much stuff, basically, is what it came down to.
It was a lot of stuff.
So they wanted to get rid of as much as they could, so that way they could exhibit everything that they had.
Right, yeah.
And they had multiple sales with this estate, et cetera, et cetera. And from what I recall, there was a box of stamps lying there.
There sure was. A little box. Well, it looked like a little box of stamps. And I said, "Oh, how much you want for it?" And they thought about it and said $100. I'm like, I've sold them before, so I took a shot, paid the $100, and they ended up selling for, I think, $2,800.
Yep. And on the live show, a couple of people did comment asking if you thought about breaking them up and all that kind of thing. And as you answered on the show, you could have made more money, but you were happy to just move it because you did less work doing it this way.
Exactly. Yeah, one shot, they sold it within a week or two. The other way, maybe it would have been weeks or a month or who knows, for a little more money. So,
yep.
All right.
Great find.
Moving on here, a little funny story with this one. 1990 Topps Tiffany baseball set, 792 cards. Well, this is the red factory set, and all the cards are glossy, so it was limited edition. I think it's numbered on the bottom right there. And
now, is it sealed?
It is not sealed.
Okay.
It has a seal on it, but it's been lifted, so you could, put the lid up and look through the cards if you want to. So what I did was to be proactive to avoid any scammers, because this happened to me a lot lately. I went and looked through for the two main cards, which is a Frank Thomas rookie and a Ken Griffey Rookie of the Year card. They're about $300-400 each. I think the set I sold the set for $780 or something like that.
So basically, they paid for the two good cards.
Right. So I shipped it out to the guy. He receives it, and yesterday I get an email saying he's returning it because it's missing the Frank Thomas rookie, and I flipped out. I called Papergoy and I said, "I'm calling the police for fraud. I'm calling eBay. I'm not going to let this happen to me anymore." So my sister was on, my manager, who's my sister, she was on with eBay. I was about to call the police. And I get an email back from, "Oh, sorry, just look through it again. I found it. Thanks." And then he got mad and said, "Don't threaten me." I said, "Well, I wasn't threatening you, but I looked through it and I knew it was in there. If the box wasn't damaged, like, who's going to open it and take that out?" So, but it ended up being a happy sale, and it sold for $780. But definitely be proactive on stuff like this. If it's something expensive, double check everything in there.
Can I ask one quick question about maybe a listing best practice for you next time?
Sure.
Maybe take a picture of those two cards in this instance.
That would be a good idea. True. Yeah.
So you can learn a lot from it.
He still could say they came out, but yeah, I see what you're saying. This was a new lister that did this, but I totally agree with that. All right, Star Wars Clone Trooper Lego minifigure lot, 72 of them. These things are crazy money. They sell for about $10 a piece in a lot. Wow. I think I sold it for $680. And the customer, I know a lot about Star Wars. I don't know like which ones of these would be rare, but the customer came in and said, "Hey, you're going to get $600-700 for this thing," and we sure as heck did.
Wow!
So you could easily see those in a flea market, garage sale, anywhere. They're out there.
Well, certainly, especially if you have, I would think, the long-term perspective. In other words, if you know that they're obviously Lego, they're marked Lego.
Yes, those are all legit. Yeah, and he knows the difference, and he's kind of an expert on it.
Well, wait, no, what I'm
collects
saying though is to somebody who doesn't know, like me,
Oh, yeah.
they're all marked Lego.
Yes, the real ones are marked Lego. Yes.
So I could go out to a sale. And you certainly find this stuff like at garage sales and that stuff. They've just got that little box of toys, and
Yeah.
somebody went and they bought all the Legos, but not all the pieces got back in there.
Yeah.
So now these are sitting down at the bottom of the toy box.
Right.
Hey, how much for these? A quarter a piece. And
Yeah.
you buy those, and you just start accumulating them because you know you're going to see them.
Yeah.
And when you get 10 of them, let's say,
Right.
you sell it for $100, and you paid $3 for it. So
Well,
certainly you can do it.
Any minifigures, they don't have to be Star Wars. They're all worth money, and some are worth hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, at this point.
So I guess if you don't want to go through all the trouble of learning all the figures and everything, just buy them every time you see them, stick them in a pile somewhere, and when you get to 10, 20 figures, list them, they'll sell.
Right.
And the people that are buying will know what they're buying.
Sure.
So put it up for auction.
Yeah. All right. This may look familiar. What do you think?
Yes, I have seen it. We used that on Primetime, correct?
Yep, you got it.
So for anybody who didn't catch the Primetime thrift battle that we were on, which was actually a lot of fun, shout out to Primetime, this was something or other that we brought up on there. And how did the sale go? For anybody who doesn't know, Mr. Magazine went on a buy, and this actually had other cards stored in it.
Right.
And it just simply is an empty box.
Yeah, so basically it was free. I didn't pay anything. I was buying the product that was inside it. I was hoping they were 1987 Flair. If they were, it would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars. But with my luck, it was just
You're lucky.
It was just a free empty box that I sold for almost $400.
You got bad luck. And what on if you remember on the Primetime show, what did we estimate this value at?
I think it was around 500. Yeah, I think it was around $500.
And how did you ship this out? Because I know that was another big question.
So I thought of this all by myself, but I figured it would be. I put a box inside of this.
You could have put some of those stamps from the first thing on the box.
I could have, yeah. That would have been great, yeah. But I did. I put a box inside, a sturdy box inside of it, almost the size of that box, to give it a little rigidness, and then another outer box. And
so triple box, well, double boxed,
yeah.
a box. So
three boxes,
triple
yeah.
box, yeah.
You have two boxes worth, 50 cents, and one box worth $300 or $400, whatever. So
nice.
All right. Next up, we have still baseball season here. I bought a bunch. Well, I bought this as part of that deal that the Fleer boxes came in. So the 1989 Upper Deck box of packs has got a possible Ken Griffey Jr. rookie.
So this is the actual 1989 Upper Deck.
Yes, yeah. This is a low number, which gives you odds of getting more Griffey cards out of the box. And so I think I sold this for $440.
Now, Upper Deck was always expensive, right?
Yeah, they
back
were
in the day
always,
compared to how much were they a pack back in the day? $1 or $2 a pack?
They were, I think, a couple, but they might have been $1.50. I think $1.50 when they came out, so it was like $50. Yeah,
$50 when they came out. So that actually is a reasonable price on it versus what some other things have gone up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those were, I think, if I remember right, one of the gimmicks, for lack of a better way to put it, is you couldn't search the packs.
Right. Yep. They're foil. Yep. No gum anymore. Took the gum out.
Because that was always the problem for anybody who doesn't know cards back in the late 80s.
Yeah.
People would learn the sequence. And then they would find
Correct,
one card and they'd go, oh, this has Eric Wright on the back, which means this pack is not a good pack. Oh, this has so-and-so on the pack, which means it has Frank Thomas in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I did the World's Fair, oh my God, 30 years ago. And one of the dealers took one of my boxes. It was mine. He did it for me, and he pulled 9 packs with 9 Griffies in it. It was crazy. And at the time, they were $50 cards. But he knew after opening one pack where they were, and it was just a freak
No,
box.
that wasn't Upper Deck.
It was this box here, like this box.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so you
was
even had to be careful with these.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right, next up, Walt Disney's Peter Pan Black Diamond Beta.
The Beta.
It's still sealed. Now, I put crazy price on this years
has
ago
to,
when the VHS and they're going for crazy money, and I've had this up for 2 or 3 years, and someone offered me $150. I go, you know what? It's the only offer I've had. I'm taking it. I only paid $5 for it. So, but if you do see them out there, and even if it's open, it's probably a $50 movie.
And is that because of the Beta?
The Beta and the Black Diamond. This the early series, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Very cool. All right, basketball season still around. Playoffs are coming up. Kobe Bryant rookie tops, card 138. I sold this for $400. I've been buying cards like crazy over the last few months, and I bought a bunch of these. I got another one left, I think, but I don't think it looked good enough to grade. I think it could show up as an 8, so I didn't send it out, and plus the grading's frozen right now anyway, so I'd rather have $400 now than maybe $1,000 in a year.
Right.
So
leave a little money on the table to get the because you'll turn that $400 into well more than $1,000 in the next year.
Hopefully, absolutely.
Well, if you don't, you're doing something wrong.
I agree with you. All right.
Or you're getting bogged down in the collections that I buy. One of those.
Yeah. Here's a little taste of the graded comics and magazines I just got back. The XMen issue number 4.
Well, why don't you? I don't mean to step on your toes. I would never do that.
No.
Why don't you tell where this came from and what you're going to do? For anybody who hasn't known the thing before, you purchased a near run of XMen, and you've been filling in the XMen with the thought of selling an entire run.
Right. So I picked up I think the gentleman I bought the cards from that storage unit originally sold me comics, and his father passed away, and he had a run of a lot of different comics. So he had an X-Men run, issue 9 through. So he had it was I think it was pretty complete. I think it was complete from 9 through.
9 through it was.
It was missing 1 through 8. So I'm like, oh, it'd be pretty cool to sell. It's more desirable. I don't want to break it all up because then you're talking about he had 500 comics.
You're talking forever because who wants an X-Men 442?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, let me try and complete this. And this was going back to Thanksgiving or before in that time. And I'm like, let me go on eBay. It was all raw. The whole collection was raw. Nothing was graded. So I ended up purchasing issues 2 through 8 on eBay. And at the time, I think I got lucky. I mean, I wasn't paying a lot for them in condition. I was trying to get average condition, and I might have paid, I think, $400 or $500 for this one at the time. And then, it just shot up like crazy. So I got this cleaned and pressed, and it came back a 4.0, and I sold it for $2,800.
And what'd you pay on it?
$400 on eBay. So the grading and so forth cost me about $50. So I got $450 into it, and it sold for $2,800.
Cannot argue with that. It's a nice. Yeah. And at some point, I'm sure we'll do a video in the future talking about grading, because now as you've been doing it more, you're going to be doing it more.
Right,
so it's a little bit of knowledge definitely helps you. And I know at some point I'm going to start getting things graded as well when I finally dig out some stuff
Definitely
in the collection.
Yeah, that's a way to go, definitely. All right.
So heading on over to mine, to anybody watching this wanting to know where to buy stuff, undoubtedly, 100% for a small person like me, the best place to buy things where you will make the most money, church sales. There is no doubt whatsoever about it. I've been promising this video for years, and at some point I will actually put it up, I promise, where I show where I purchase stuff at and the amount of sales that I get off of it. And church sales are undoubtedly the best. Guess where I got this next item at?
I'm going to guess a church sale.
No, a estate sale. No, actually, it is a church sale. I paid 50 cents for this item.
Oh, nice.
25 cents a piece. 2 Pewter, and I'm Papergoy. I'm not Pewtergoy.
Yeah.
But when I saw these for 25 cents a piece, it was 50. Well, full disclosure, they were 50 cents a piece and it was half price day.
Nice.
So I know what I'm doing. I waited till the second day to buy these.
Smart.
So I paid 50 cents for this. Took an offer of $25 on them. That's a pretty good return on your investment.
Yeah, I'd say so.
For something that I don't deal in. And that's the real beauty of this. This is, I use a lot of times found money. This is absolutely found money because this is not something that I would normally buy. I'm there. I saw them. It's Walter J. Travis Cup Pewter Plate Lotta 2, 1998, Lookout Point, Orchard Park Golf. Well, apparently what happens is, and to anybody out there, it's amazing what you can learn on the internet. Walter Travis designed golf courses. He designed Lookout Point in Orchard Park and a couple of other ones. 4 golf courses he designed, a couple up in Canada, a couple here in upstate New York. And every year they have a big tournament at one of the golf courses between the members of the various ones and whatever. And somebody who belongs to one of the 4 golf courses saw these and wanted to buy them. And it worked out really well. I do have the free shipping on it, but he was in New York State, so the shipping was fairly low overall.
Nice.
So do hit your church sales. That will be the best place that you find stuff. And you can go, 50 cents, I went outside my niche in order to pick something or other up. I cannot argue with that whatsoever. Next item we have over here, I'm stealing a little bit of your...
Ooh, nice.
Your thunder there. Not that it went for a lot. I think it went for 15. Forbes Magazine, February 28, 2008. Cryptocurrency, Donald Trump and J. Paul Getty. I'm pretty sure the cryptocurrency is what sold it.
Yeah.
It's all over the news. Does have a mailing label, crossed out on there, et cetera, et cetera. Picked this up for 75 cents at an estate sale. There were a pile of Forbes. I think I bought two. I think I bought this, and I can't remember who was on the cover of another one, but it was somebody else that would sell the item.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the ones with the cover of South America's difficulties. Didn't buy that because I didn't think it would sell. This I saw had a hook, and it sold $15 off of a 75-cent purchase. Even you take the shipping, the fees, whatever, I still put $9 in my pocket off of 75 cents in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Speaking of estate sales, so we film every Saturday. Last Saturday we got done at about 8:45 filming. There was a sale real close to my house at 9 o'clock. I said to a random neighborhood kid, hey, drive over there, and we're going to go to the sale. Paperback books, 5 for $1.
Nice.
Can't go wrong at that. And I picked up a paperback book there for $0.25.
Wow, nice.
Took an offer of $25 on it. I figured I had 20 cents into it to turn 20 cents into $25 in 7 days.
Pretty good.
Cannot argue with that. And of course, I did my research on it and I priced it for around what it's worth. It's about a $25 book, actually, so I got what it was worth out of it. They're out there. You can definitely pick things like this off. Again, I paid 20 cents and sold it in a week. Yeah. So do that enough times, you'll do pretty good for yourself. Next item we have over here. Now, this is something, I don't know why this took forever to sell. Motto Aeroplane Notebook from St. Nicholas Magazine, 1910s, great airplane cover. I had it listed since 2012.
Wow.
Took 9 years to sell. I'm taking a look at my listing. There's some things I could have done better. I should not have put the parentheses around St. Nicholas Magazine because I used two characters right there. I shouldn't have used a dash after 1910s, et cetera, et cetera. But I did have aeroplane. I did list airplane because in case somebody wanted to search differently. Don't know why it took so long to sell. I think I took a $15 offer on it, which I think the guy's getting a great deal at that.
Yeah.
But nobody else agreed because it took 9 years to sell. So
right.
Don't know why, but then again, it's just a notebook.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's the beauty of long tail. I'm certain I made money on it because I didn't pay probably anything for it. Probably came in a lot at some point. Next item over here. Now this one, tell me what I did and why I did it. It's the Germans have lost, are out, 1945 World War II U.S. military booklet. Japan got a $44 bid on it. It did sell for that. What did I do and why? What does the title say?
You left a word out.
Yeah, in fact, I did. Go ahead and say it.
The Krauts are out?
I don't know whether you can list Krauts or not.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
So rather than risk it,
Yep.
I said the Germans are out. None of these have sold on eBay, but I was able to find one that sold on the internet or was priced at like $40. So I listed mine at $44, and it ended up getting a bid on it and selling. Crazy little cover over there with the Japanese gentleman standing there with the knife ready to stab the American, et cetera, et cetera. Just a crazy piece of World War II memorabilia there. But I erred on the side of caution. I didn't want to come out and say the Krauts are out and then have the item ended for some reason to find out that
you can call eBay, though. If you call eBay, they'll tell you. Yeah.
To their best of their knowledge.
Well, yeah.
So it ended up selling. And I don't think having put the word Krauts in would have really increased my sales.
Right.
So I just decided to be proactive and safe on it. Next item we have over here. The Pittsburgher, May 1954 with Liberace.
Nice.
TV, Branch Rickey, Little League Baseball. It's got a little picture in here of Branch Rickey because I believe he was in Pittsburgh at that time as their general manager. And Little League is obviously based out of Williamsport, I believe, if I remember right.
Sure.
So I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Local magazines do sell. Whatever area you're in, they did a local magazine back in the day. This sold. of 20. I think I took a $24 offer on it. Happy to see it go because I paid a dollar for it or whatever it is I paid for it. Also early TV, which is why I listed TV. 54 is fairly early. It's got TV listings, et cetera, et cetera. And I believe down below I said, hey, with early TV listings as well. Whatever area you're in, you can find your local magazines cheap. Find the hook that'll sell them to the greater public. This one happened to probably be at a Little League, although there could be a Liberace fan as well, beyond you, of course. Next item we have up, Hong Kong Detailed Street Map, August 1977, latest streets and house numbers. Did sell for the $44. It's not really that old.
No.
1977. I mean, you're talking 25 years old, essentially.
Yeah, nice.
Got $44 out of it. Somebody probably went there on vacation back then, brought the map home. That's where you're going to find a lot of these things. You can find these at estate sales regularly. People come back from vacation, saved a couple of things from the vacation. They end up getting sold off for $1 an item, something other like that. Just to let you know what you can get out of a road map. Cannot argue with that. $44 for it.
Definitely not.
Next item we have up over here. New York World's Fair 1939 exhibitor identification card and tickets. Francis Power. Went for $120. I think I bought it at a estate sale that you bought the remains out of.
Okay.
I believe they wanted $20 on it, and it was like some percentage off. I think I paid $15, something rather like that for it.
Cool.
But I've never seen one before.
Yeah.
So I kind of took a guess at the price at $199. I was happy to get $120 out of it. It's kind of neat. It comes in this, it's not a very good picture over here, but how can you picture it? It comes in this little blue wallet. It's got the tickets on it. It's got that. But even over here, let me ask you an honest question. Which looks better, that or that?
That.
Right, which is, again, a trick auction professor taught me that he stole from somebody else, and he'll readily admit that as well. Do the zoom-ins because maybe that would have sold it, but that definitely sold it. Yet I do, for full disclosure, show the whole thing afterwards.
Right.
So multiple pictures on it. But literally, I took this picture, cropped it twice.
Yeah.
So I got 3 pictures out of 1. So you're not doing really any extra work other than doing a little bit of cropping.
Right.
But this is kind of a neat piece. It's obviously one of a kind as well. So any 1939 collector doesn't have something rather like this.
Yeah.
Another thing that I did, it didn't pan out in this case, and this is where I have an advantage over you because you can't necessarily pay your people to do this. I searched the gentleman's name just to see if I could find out where he was from, what he did, whatever. But for all I know, I wasn't able to find anything on him. But say I found out he was from Shreveport, Louisiana, and he was a big local businessman down there. Well, then I would have listed Shreveport, for example, in the listing as well, and would have probably raised the price as well. It would have sold probably to somebody down there. And the last item I have over here is just because I like to document my shift to original art from Heritage. I actually sold 2 items this week of original art. I'm only showing you one. The other one you can find in our listings. Anytime you want to see our listings, we do, in the little description of the videos, we've got a lot of links down over there. A little bit of a plug here. They are affiliate links. If you do click and buy something, we will make a little bit of money off of it. We've got various things on there like the CZUR Scanner, which I swear by. All of the pictures here of mine were done with the CZUR Scanner, except that airplane ones that was 2012, which was well before it. But even the picture of the plates, that was done using the CZUR Scanner, which back in the day, there's no way I would have been able to put such a good picture up. But in there, we do have all of our listings. You can click on our eBay and get to both of our eBay stores. You can search on completed, see what we sold. You can see a piece of Asbestos Joe, who was a long-running cartoon, piece of his original art that ended up selling that I got at Heritage as well. But this over here was just a neat little piece that I picked up at Heritage. It took $75 on it. Happy to get that. Just kind of a neat thing. And again, this is one of the reasons why I love this job. We'll call it a job. Is I did a whole bunch of research on it and didn't really add anything to my listing off of it about Billy Patrol, but it was fun for me. And again, you can't pay people to do this.
Right.
I have the advantage of doing it, but I got to read about him, got to read about the backup of what fight this was, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just fascinating as a student of history. I just absolutely love this stuff. But I got $75 out of it. I think I paid 15 or 20 at Heritage for it.
Nice.
So you can't argue with that. The other piece, I think I paid 50 at Heritage. I got 200 out of it, I believe. So slowly we're making the transition over to the original art, and I am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of history in your hand. I'm holding in my hand. This was actually published in a newspaper, as a matter of fact.
Cool.
It's got the little marking, I believe, up on the top corner about what newspaper it was in and everything like that. So it's just kind of neat things to have, and it's kind of neat. I'm glad to have all of you with me on this journey as I move toward the original art, because it's something that I didn't really know a lot about. And I know you're actually profiting off it as well,
Yes.
because as I search for original art, when I find really cool Batman, Spider-Man, that kind of things, I'm picking them up, and I'm making a couple of bucks on it too, so I'm profiting. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
Saves you the trouble of looking,
Right.
and
Yeah.
get some neat things on there. So hopefully these bolos helped you. I just want to real quick, again, just a little bit of a hard sell. These were done, these pictures were done using the CZUR Scanner. I did front to back, line up side by side, and I think the pictures came out pretty good overall for having used it. So definitely, if you're not using that, if you're not aware of it, do check that product out. It really changed my business. It really did, and I will preach that till the end of time. Helped me out tremendously. So anybody out there who's any of these bolos help, definitely do comment down below. We do appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe. We do respond to all comments, or all of them that eBay will show me. Sometimes, as I've said before on the live show, we get an email telling us about the comments, and then I go on there and the comment's not there. So if it doesn't show up and I don't respond, nothing to do with me. YouTube just decided, oh, we don't want to show it for some reason. But do hit the like button, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Ooh,